So one of the first things that we want to introduce to you is designer versus non-designer thinking. And it's almost like that advert about the Mac versus the PC guy. There's fundamental differences in the way that designers think and non-designers think. And simply by learning about some of the concepts relating to design, the beneficial effects go much further than just simply creating a beautiful app. So what do I mean by designer versus non-designer thinking? Let's look at colors, for example. So way back in primary school, we learned about the 7 colors of the rainbow. And a lot of us go around thinking that there are, in fact, only 7 colors in the rainbow. It's either red or it's orange or it's yellow. But actually, to a designer, each of these different shades have a different mood associated with it. And you would use them differently depending on the situation or the project. So, for example, right at the top, that one might be quite candy-like and might be useful for a project that's more fun and playful. Whereas at the bottom, you've got something that's called wine, and it's got more of an elegant, sophisticated mood, which you might use for something that targets adults, for example. So one of the first modules that we're going to dive into is color theory. How do you combine different colors? How do you use different colors and in which situations? And the second arm that makes up the fundamentals of digital design is typography. So how to choose the appropriate type for your project, how to modify it to grab users' attention, or how to make different typefaces work well together to produce a harmonious design. So most non-designers will look at these typefaces and see regular, italic, and bold. And this knowledge we acquired through using word processing software such as Word. But actually it's so much more nuanced. And as a designer, you might be looking at this and seeing a regular and a sans serif, or an italic and a serif typeface, or a bold and slab serif. So in the typography module, we're going to look into this in more detail. We're going to learn about different type families, how you would combine different fonts, and how you would use typography not just for form, but also for function in your designs. So essentially, you should see this course as demystifying digital design. For a lot of people, good design is a bit like a unicorn. It's this magical beast that is very easy to identify once you've seen it, but it's not something that comes intuitively. So for example, as humans, it's very easy for us to see design A and compare it against design B and decide that, I prefer design A over design B. But as a designer, it's your job to come up with design A and design B according to the specifications. Now, it's easy to see ex post how, one of these designs might fit the category of contemporary better, but the skill of the designer is coming up with those designs A and B in the first place according to those specifications. So we're going to teach you about the fundamentals of digital design, as well as the most important aspects of user interface design and user experience design, especially relating to mobile design. So hopefully by the end of the course, you'll know a thing or two about how beautiful apps are designed and how you can go about creating your next app project and making it look as beautiful as you can. All right, so without further ado, let's begin.